weary traveler to a quiet corner of the night where stories whisper themselves to sleep. Find your most comfortable spot, settle in, and let the day's concerns drift away. Take a slow, gentle breath, feeling the air fill your lungs, and then release it, letting go of any tension. Allow your body to soften, your mind to quiet, and simply listen as we begin a tranquil journey together. There is nothing you need to do now, nothing to worry about, only this peaceful moment. Tonight, we wonder about the quiet echoes of heroism, not in the roar of battle, but in the gentle hush that follows. Imagine a city, vast and sprawling beneath a gentle moon, its millions of lights twinkling like scattered diamonds. High above the bustling streets, in a place known only to a few, there rests a silence, a profound stillness that speaks of monumental decisions made and duties fulfilled. We gently ascend, past the tallest skyscrapers, higher and higher until we arrive at a window, impossibly large, looking out over this serene, sleeping metropolis. This is not a fortress, nor a bustling command center, but a private sanctuary. Here, the hum of the city is a distant lullaby, and the world below seems to breathe with a soft, steady rhythm. Inside, the room is dimly lit, bathed in the cool, silver glow of the moon. And there, on a simple, well-worn wooden table, lies a familiar sight, carefully folded. A cape, once red and flowing, now at rest, its vibrant hue softened by the moonlight. A silent testament to a journey completed. This is where the story begins, in the quiet aftermath, where a hero found his peace beyond the folded cape, in the gentle glow that spills through a tall, arched window, lies a space of quiet contemplation. This isn't a bustling fortress, nor a hidden cave, but a calm, personal study. The city outside hums a distant, lullaby-like tune, its lights twinkling softly like scattered stardust across a velvet canvas. On a simple, sturdy wooden desk, a stack of worn books rests beside a warm, ceramic mug, perhaps filled with herbal tea or just cool water. It stands as a humble companion to quiet evenings. Near it, a small, framed photograph shows a smiling face, not a hero in action, but a man at peace, perhaps in a garden or by a calm lake. The walls of this room are not adorned with trophies or urgent maps, but with quiet, framed sketches of nature, a soaring eagle, a tranquil river, a distant, peaceful mountain range. Each line is drawn with a steady hand, reflecting a quiet patience found in a life less hurried. A soft, antique clock on the mantelpiece ticks with a gentle, rhythmic whisper, measuring moments not by crises averted, but by the quiet passage of time itself. You can almost feel the serene stillness in the air, a sense of deep, well-earned rest. Even the air seems to carry a faint, comforting scent of old paper and quiet contentment. This is where the echoes of immense power have settled into a soft, steady hum, a profound quietude that invites you to simply be. Allow your breath to match the rhythm of the gentle ticking, slow and even, as the light continues to softly illuminate this peaceful space. The gentle, steady ticking continues, a quiet companion in this peaceful room. The soft light, perhaps from a distant lamp or a window overlooking a sleeping city, now falls gently upon a quiet corner. Here, on a simple, polished wooden surface, rests an object of profound significance. Not a weapon nor a shield, but something much softer, much more resonant with memory. It is a cape, folded with care, its rich crimson fabric settled into soft pleats. The iconic symbol, once a beacon of hope in the vast blue sky, now lies dormant, stitched into the fabric, reflecting the subtle glow. The material, though strong and enduring, seems to exhale a quiet sigh of relief, of duties fulfilled and burdens gracefully laid down. It's a vision of peace, a promise of rest after years of boundless effort. This isn't a trophy, but a testament to a life lived in service, now folded away, awaiting nothing but the quiet passage of time. You can almost feel the smooth, cool texture of the fabric. Imagine the gentle weight of it, no longer soaring through gales, but resting softly. The air around it holds a memory of distant journeys, but now it is simply still, a silent sentinel in the quiet room. The world outside sleeps, unaware of this peaceful tableau, this quiet resolution. And in this quiet observation, you too can feel the settling calm, the easing of any remaining tension. Just the soft glow, the folded cape, and the gentle, steady rhythm of the ticking. A lullaby for the peaceful night. The gentle, steady rhythm of the ticking clock continues, a quiet heartbeat in the stillness of the room. Your gaze might softly drift from the perfectly folded cape, now resting so peacefully, to a nearby surface. Perhaps a simple wooden shelf, bathed in the same soft, ambient glow that paints the room in shades of twilight. On this shelf, arranged with a quiet thoughtfulness, are objects that speak of a life lived with immense purpose, now paused in a gentle tranquility. There, nestled amongst a few old, leather-bound books, lies a pair of familiar spectacles, not the ones he wore for disguise, but an older, more worn pair, their frames slightly dulled with time, the lenses reflecting only the soft light of the room. They rest beside a small, smooth stone, perhaps from a forgotten farm field or a quiet riverbank he once knew. Each object tells a whisper of a story, not of grand battles, but of quiet moments, of deep thought, and of connection to a world he chose to protect, then chose to simply be a part of. The air itself seems to hold a memory of gentle breezes through an open window, or the distant, muffled hum of a city that sleeps soundly under his watchful, but now retired gaze. No urgency pulses here, only the soft assurance that all is well. The weight of the world, once carried on broad shoulders, has gently settled into a serene balance, and you, observing this quiet tableau, can feel that same sense of balance settling within you, inviting a deeper, calmer breath. The room, the objects, and the soft, steady ticking are all whispers of peace, inviting you to simply rest. Soft, steady ticking from the previous room gently fades, replaced by an even deeper stillness that enfolds you now. Imagine a small, unassuming den, a personal sanctuary where the world outside feels distant, softened by the quiet walls. Here, the glow of the city is just a muted ambient hum, a peaceful backdrop to the night. Moonlight, filtered through sheer, pale curtains, drapes the room in a gentle, silver luminescence, casting long, serene shadows across a polished, dark wooden desk. On this desk, you won't find any urgent files or blinking screens. Instead, there rests a single, meticulously crafted model of a grand structure, a miniature fortress of solitude, perhaps, rendered in cool, crystalline blues and soft, reflective silver. It stands complete and still, a silent monument to a life once lived on an unimaginable scale, now peacefully contained within this quiet room. Beside it, a stack of well-worn, leather-bound books, their pages filled not with epic battles or urgent dispatches, but with quiet histories, the vastness of astronomy, and the gentle wisdom of philosophy. The air is still, carrying only the faintest, comforting scent of old paper and the quiet dust motes that seem to dance slowly in the moonbeams. Every detail in this space speaks of quiet contemplation, of epic journeys completed, and profound wisdom gained, far removed from the hurried clamor of saving the world. It is a space where a hero, after hanging up the cape, would find solace in the simple, profound peace of being, allowing the universe to spin on without their constant intervention. This silent tableau invites your mind to settle even further, to find its own quiet corner within this unfolding, peaceful narrative. The quiet hum of the city below is a lullaby, a distant murmur that speaks of life continuing, gentle and unburdened. Your thoughts drift with the soft currents of the night air, carried towards a place of profound tranquility. Imagine now a serene, glass-enclosed rooftop garden, high above the bustling streets, bathed in the soft glow of a distant moon. This isn't a command center, nor a fortress of solitude. It is simply a retreat, a haven of peace. Here, among potted plants with broad, gentle leaves and delicate, unseen blossoms, a figure might sit. Not a figure poised for flight, but one at ease, observing the twinkling tapestry of the urban landscape. The cape, now long folded away, is replaced by the quiet dignity of a life lived fully, a watch kept, and a peace earned. Perhaps a single, sturdy, yet humble chair sits near a large pane of glass, offering a panoramic view of the sleeping metropolis. The air within this garden feels soft, infused with the subtle scent of earth and faint, sweet florals. This is where the man of tomorrow found his today, not in grand heroics, but in the quiet guardianship of his own inner peace. The soft light filters through the leaves, casting dancing shadows that sway like gentle thoughts. There is no urgency here, only the steady rhythm of a city sleeping under a watchful, yet now purely contemplative gaze. The silent city, lights below shimmer like scattered diamonds on dark velvet, each one a tiny story, unfolding without need for intervention. This quiet observation, this silent appreciation, is the hero's new vigil, a peaceful testament to a world that learned to turn on its own. He had spent so much of his life soaring above, a watchful guardian. Now, his gaze often turned inward, exploring the quiet landscapes of memory, illuminated by the same gentle city glow that painted the night outside. From the expansive window, his steps now carry him softly across the room, perhaps towards a quiet corner, where the moon's silvery touch lingers. Here, on a simple, unassuming shelf, rests a familiar, vibrant blue, not stretched taut for flight, but folded with care, its iconic red S crest gleaming faintly. It is a cape, yes, but not the one of legend. Perhaps a smaller, ceremonial one, or a replica, kept as a gentle echo of a time when the sky was his second home. It lies beside a pair of thick-rimmed glasses, polished and ready, though no longer used to obscure a famous identity. These are not tools of combat or symbols of ongoing struggle. They are artifacts of a life lived, a journey completed. Each fold of the fabric, each glint on the lens, tells a story of quiet devotion, not of grand battles. The air around them holds a certain stillness, a profound peace that only comes after the work is done, and the world is finally able to stand on its own. The moonlight through the window paints soft shadows across the shelf, making the familiar shapes appear almost dreamlike. The red and blue of the small cape, the dark frames of the glasses, they are like silent sentinels watching over a peaceful night, reminding of a time when the greatest strength was the ability to inspire, not just to protect. This tranquil tableau, bathed in the soft glow, speaks volumes of a purpose fulfilled, building upon the quiet dignity of the folded cape. The soft glow now seems to emanate from a nearby window, casting long, gentle shadows across a room of quiet contemplation. This is not a bustling city high-rise filled with urgency, but a serene, almost hidden dwelling, high above the softened hum of metropolis below. From this vantage point, the city lights shimmer not as a frantic beacon for rescue, but as a vast, twinkling tapestry of dreams being quietly woven, undisturbed and safe beneath the watchful moon. A sturdy, well-worn armchair sits by the window, its fabric softened by years of quiet use, perhaps a place where gentle stories were once read to a child, or where countless quiet evenings were spent simply watching the slow, majestic drift of clouds across the heavens. On a small, simple wooden table beside it rests a pair of spectacles, their polished lenses reflecting the distant city glow like tiny, forgotten stars. Beside them, a single, humble, leather-bound journal lies open, its pages filled with neat, steady handwriting, not tales of daring feats or cosmic battles, but perhaps quiet reflections on the growth of a vine in a small garden, or observations on the subtle shift of the seasons, or even notes for a particularly compelling article for a small-town newspaper far from the glare of global headlines. The air here is still, carrying only the faintest whisper of the wind outside, a soft, almost imperceptible sigh against the window pane. No frantic alerts or urgent messages pierce the profound calm. Only the gentle, rhythmic tick of a grandfather clock in the far corner marks the passage of time, a steady, reassuring pulse in the quiet room. Every object in this peaceful space, from the worn armchair to the open journal, speaks of a life lived fully, not just in heroic acts of immense power, but in the quiet, profound beauty of everyday moments. The grand, sprawling city outside, usually a vibrant stage for epic sagas, now lies cradled in the soft embrace of the night, a peaceful backdrop to a hero's truly quiet evening, where strength is found in stillness. The soft, diffused glow from the city outside casts long, gentle shadows into the spacious, yet profoundly quiet, living area. Here, every object seems to hold a memory, but none scream for attention. Your gaze might drift across a polished wooden table, usually reserved for maps and urgent communiques in a different life, now simply holding a single, unassuming crystal paperweight, catching the faint moonlight in its depths and reflecting it back as soft, muted gleams. Across the room, near a large, unlit fireplace, a familiar crimson cape rests carefully folded over a worn, comfortable armchair. Its fabric, once billowing against impossible winds and cosmic dust, now lies soft and still, a silent testament to countless journeys and unwavering resolve. It's not displayed as a trophy, but rather placed with the quiet reverence of a cherished family heirloom. Its texture a comfort, its presence a peaceful reminder of a path honorably walked and a duty fulfilled. No alarms buzz, no urgent voices whisper through hidden calms, and the air holds no tension. Only the faintest, almost imperceptible hum of the distant city speaks of life continuing calmly, without need for immediate intervention. The space itself feels settled, imbued with a deep, earned tranquility. It's a place where a hero can simply be, allowing the echoes of extraordinary days to soften into comforting whispers, and the quiet rhythm of the night to guide thoughts gently, safely towards rest. This is where even the most incredible powers are at peace, simply existing, simply breathing, under the watchful, silent stars. As the world below finds its own slumber, the quiet of the rooftop settles deep, an almost audible hush following the day's gentle closing. Below, the city's soft glow seems to hum a lullaby, each distant light a tiny, steady beacon of peace. He has long since left the chill of the night air, retreating to a small, unassuming apartment high above the quiet streets. Here, the capeless days unfold with a quiet rhythm all their own. Imagine a room bathed in the soft, diffused light from a single, simple lamp on a nearby table. No grand fortress, no bustling command center. Just a comfortable, slightly worn armchair by a wide window, offering a view of the sleeping metropolis. The window itself is a clean pane of glass, reflecting only the faintest shimmer of distant building lights, like scattered diamonds on dark velvet. On a small, uncluttered desk in the corner, a single, old-fashioned pen rests beside a half-finished crossword puzzle. Perhaps a pair of reading glasses lies nearby, discarded for the evening. These are the tools of a quiet mind, now free to wander through thoughts and memories at its own pace. No alarms ring, no urgent calls echo through the silent space. Only the gentle ticking of a simple wall clock marks the passing moments, a soft, steady heartbeat in the stillness. A framed photograph sits on the desk too, perhaps of a smiling woman or a simple landscape, a reminder of the quiet joys found in a life well lived. The air itself feels warm and still, carrying no hint of wind or distant storm. It's a space designed for comfort, for reflection, for the simple act of asterisk being asterisk. The world outside continues its rotation, but here, in this peaceful haven, time slows to a gentle drift, inviting you deeper into your own calm. This is the quiet reward for decades of unwavering watchfulness, a sanctuary where even the greatest hero can finally rest, completely at ease, with nothing left to do but simply exist. The soft, silver light of a distant city filters through a wide, uncurtained window, casting long, gentle shadows across the quiet room. It's a familiar sight, this sprawling metropolis, but now it glows with a different kind of peace. No urgent signals flash across the horizon. No distant cries for help pierce the serene air. Instead, the city hums a lullaby of peaceful slumber, its countless tiny lights twinkling like fallen stars on a dark velvet cloth, a tapestry woven with the dreams of millions. You might imagine a sense of melancholy, a longing for the grand adventures of the past. Yet here, there is only profound serenity, a deep and settling calm. The weight of the world, once a constant burden on broad shoulders, has lifted, leaving behind a lightness that settles deep within the very core of being. Your breathing continues its gentle rhythm, mirroring the soft ebb and flow of the tranquil night outside, a perfect harmony. On a simple, polished wooden stand in a corner, draped with a quiet dignity, lies a cape. Not the vibrant, flowing scarlet of legend, but a deeply folded garment, its familiar colors softened by the passage of time and the gentle haze of memory. It rests now, a heavy, comforting fabric, completely at peace. Its emblem, once a blazing beacon of hope against the darkest nights, now catches the subtle moonlight, a silent promise kept, a story fully told. It is a powerful symbol, yet it evokes no call to action, only the quiet reverence for a duty beautifully fulfilled. This is a space of soft reflections, where heroic echoes are gentle whispers, not booming commands. The city sleeps on, undisturbed, and so too, in his own way, does its quiet guardian, observing the world from a place of absolute rest. The silent city below continues its gentle hum, a symphony of distant life that only enhances the quiet within. From his vantage point, the world appears as a beautiful, intricate tapestry, each thread a story, each light a dreaming soul. But even a guardian needs their own sanctuary, a place where the grand narratives fade into soft, personal memories. Imagine now, moving from the moon-kissed rooftop, down through the peaceful structures of the urban landscape to a much more intimate space. It's a room not often visited, bathed in the soft, steady glow of a single, ancient-looking desk lamp. The air here is still, carrying the faint, comforting scent of old paper and polished wood. In the center of this tranquil study, on a simple, sturdy table, rests a folded garment. It's not just any fabric, it is the cape. No longer unfurled against the wind, no longer a beacon flashing across the sky, but carefully, respectfully folded, a rich crimson rectangle resting in calm repose. Its material, still vibrant, seems to absorb the lamp's gentle light, holding it close. Beside it, perhaps, a few worn books, or a simple, smooth stone collected from a quiet moment long ago. There's no dust here, only the meticulous care of someone who values their past, yet lives fully in the tranquil present. The room speaks of peace, of reflection, of a journey completed. It's a testament to the quiet strength found not in action, but in knowing when to rest, when to simply be. And in this stillness, the hero finds his truest, most enduring peace. The quiet strength, now a deep, settled calm, filled the space around him. The city lights below shimmered, not as a call to action, but as a gentle, breathing tapestry of life. He often found himself by the large window of his quiet apartment, a silent observer. The world, once a stage for his might, was now a painting he could simply appreciate. No longer did the distant sirens wail stir an immediate response, but rather a soft, knowing sigh of reassurance. Others were there now. New protectors, new legends, carrying on the watch. On a simple, polished wooden table beside the window lay a single, carefully folded piece of crimson fabric. Not the full, flowing cape of his heroic days, but a swatch, perhaps a treasured remnant, soft to the touch, its vibrant color muted by time and gentle handling. It was a tangible whisper of a past life, a symbol of all he had done, now resting peacefully. There was no fanfare, no display, just this quiet, almost reverent presence. He might trace the soft weave with a fingertip, a silent acknowledgement of the paths taken, the lives touched, the world saved countless times over. But the gesture was one of reflection, not yearning. It was a comfort, a quiet proof of a purpose fulfilled. The moon, a silver disk in the deep indigo sky, cast long, soft shadows across the room, illuminating the folded fabric with a gentle, dreamlike glow. Everything was in its place, settled, safe. A hero's peace, earned in full, now softly cradled in the quiet hum of the sleeping city. The gentle glow from the moon still rested upon the folded fabric of the cape, a silent sentinel in the quiet room. Its vibrant red and blue, softened by the low light, whispered tales of grand adventures, now gracefully concluded. Each crease and fold spoke of duties fulfilled, of a world watched over and kept safe, not by a towering figure in the sky, but by the quiet choices made in gentle moments like these. From this peaceful sanctuary, the quiet narrative flows, perhaps to a desk nearby, where a single, unassuming lamp casts a warm, golden pool of light. No complex monitors or emergency alerts here. Instead, you might notice a well-worn book, its pages softened with countless readings, resting open as if momentarily paused. Perhaps a set of neatly arranged pens, or a small, carefully tended potted plant, thriving in the stillness. These small details paint a picture of a life rich in contemplation, a mind still engaged, but with the quiet pursuits of the everyday. The city outside continues its slumber, its distant hum a soothing lullaby. Here, within these walls, the retired hero finds his rhythm, not in soaring through the clouds, but in the steady beat of a peaceful heart. He might be solving a crossword, or writing a thoughtful letter, or simply enjoying the quiet company of his own thoughts. The weight of the world, once carried on broad shoulders, is now gently set aside, replaced by the lighter, yet deeply fulfilling, weight of personal peace. The world moves on, oblivious to the quiet strength that continues to anchor it, not with grand gestures, but with the subtle, enduring power of a life lived thoughtfully, safely, and with immense, quiet contentment. The quiet strength that now defined him was woven into the very fabric of his days, a tapestry of moments that flowed like a calm river. No longer did the world demand his immediate presence in its gravest hours. Instead, it offered him the gentle rhythm of its twilight. In a small, unassuming study, bathed in the soft glow of a desk lamp, the air hummed with a different kind of energy. Here, the hum was of contemplation, of stories held within the pages of well-worn books, and the gentle sigh of the city breathing outside the window. He might be found there, not scanning the distant horizon for distress signals, but rather tracing the patterns of condensation on the glass as a light mist settled over the city. Below, the urban sprawl softened into a constellation of amber and pearl, each tiny light a testament to lives lived, dreams dreamt, and the quiet passage of time. On a polished wooden shelf, a small crystalline shard, not unlike a fragment of a distant red sun, caught the light, refracting it into tiny, dancing rainbows. It was a silent whisper of where he had come from, a beautiful, peaceful echo of a history that now rested, complete and cherished. The cape, long since folded and stored away, existed only in memory, its threads replaced by the quiet threads of a life lived fully, gently, and with a deep, abiding peace that needed no grand stage. The threads of that old cape, woven with tales of incredible strength, now existed only in the quiet tapestry of memory. It was a memory that allowed for a different kind of vigil, not from the air soaring above the clouds, but from a window where the world unfolded in soft, hushed tones. He might stand by this window, gazing out at the city, a gentle silhouette against the muted glow of 1,000 distant lights. The metropolis, once a stage for his grandest deeds, now slept beneath a blanket of twilight. Each tiny pinprick of light, a window in someone's home, a lamp in a quiet office, a distant street lamp, told a story of ordinary lives, unburdened by the extraordinary. There was no urgency in this gaze, no hidden threat to be scanned for, no distress signal to answer. Only a deep, calm appreciation for the intricate dance of humanity, living its days and nights in peace. The city's soft hum was a lullaby, a testament to the quiet strength found in collective calm. Sometimes a single star, bright and unwavering, would catch his eye above the distant skyline. A tiny point of light, yet it held the vastness of the cosmos, reminding him of journeys beyond this world, and the gentle pull of gravity that now kept him grounded, content. He knew that even without the cape, the world continued its gentle spin, protected by the quiet strength of its own rhythms. The moon cast long, soft shadows across the floor of the room, mirroring the peace in his heart. Every breath was a soft sigh of contentment, a quiet moment earned after a lifetime of watchful care. The deep, peaceful calm settled around him, a gentle warmth that permeated the quiet room. The moonbeams, still stretching long and soft across the polished floor, seemed to hum with a quiet, knowing rhythm. From his comfortable spot, a soft gaze drifted slowly towards the large window, where the world outside unfolded in a hushed display. Below, the city sprawled, a constellation of gentle, twinkling lights. No alarms blared, no urgent cries pierced the night, just the distant, steady glow of streetlights and apartment windows, like scattered diamonds on a velvet cloth. He watched the subtle dance of light and shadow, the way the moon painted silver edges on the distant skyscrapers, now just silent sentinels. There was a profound stillness in this view, no longer the watchful guardian, scanning for every flicker of distress, every shadow of trouble. Now, he was simply an observer, a quiet presence enjoying the beautiful, intricate tapestry of a sleeping city. The air, cool and fresh against the pane, carried only the faintest whisper of the night, a soft breath of wind that stirred the leaves on a nearby tree. Each distant glow, each softened corner of a building, spoke not of danger averted, but of lives lived peacefully, of dreams unfolding in countless homes. The vastness of the urban landscape, once a canvas for his heroic deeds, had transformed into a gentle panorama of serene domesticity. It was a view he had seen 1,000 times, but never quite like this, through eyes that now held only the soft reflection of quiet content. The city slept, and so, too, did the urgency in his soul. This was the quiet reward, the unburdened gaze upon a world he had helped make safe, now simply existing in its gentle rhythm. The quiet hum of the sleeping city outside seemed to fade as he gently turned from the moonlit window. His gaze, once sharp with vigilant purpose, now carried the soft, thoughtful weight of reflection. He stepped away from the cool glass, the night air no longer stirring the edges of his familiar blue shirt. Inside, the room was a sanctuary of soft shadows and muted light, a quiet testament to a life lived differently now. A comfortable armchair, worn smooth by years of quiet contemplation, sat beside a small, unlit reading lamp. On a low, polished table nearby, a single, finely bound book lay open, its pages still, a silent invitation to a story untold for the night. And there, draped with reverence over the back of the chair, was the cape. Not stretched taut by flight, nor billowing in the wind, but folded with care, its deep crimson fabric a still, rich pool of color in the soft gloom. It was more than just fabric. It was a memory, a symbol of countless journeys, of sacrifices whispered only to the stars. Now it rested, a silent guardian in this peaceful space. Its presence wasn't a call to action, but a quiet affirmation of a purpose fulfilled, of battles won and peace earned. The threads seemed to hold the echoes of distant suns, the warmth of a bygone era, all contained within its gentle folds. He moved silently, his footsteps barely disturbing the air. The weight of the world, once borne so readily on his shoulders, had been set down, replaced by the lighter, yet no less profound, weight of quiet contentment. This was his space, his sanctuary, where the echoes of a heroic past mingled with the serene reality of a present moment, bathed in the gentle, unwavering light of a new dawn, far from the hurried calls of danger. The cape, now a soft, sleeping banner, watched over the quiet unfolding of his unburdened days. With the cape resting, a silent guardian of forgotten battles, the rhythm of his life began to shift, not with a sudden jolt, but with the gentle, unhurried flow of a quiet river finding its new course. He might spend his mornings tending to a small, vibrant garden, nestled on a sun-drenched balcony high above the city. Here, feeling the cool, rich soil beneath his fingers, he found a profound connection to something real and growing. A quiet echo of the fields he once knew, the sun no longer merely a source of strength, but a warm, familiar presence on his skin, would chase away the morning dew from tender leaves. His afternoons often led him to a quiet corner, a sunlit window overlooking the softened, peaceful cityscape. This was not a watchtower, but a haven. Here, among shelves filled with worn books, whose pages whispered tales of ordinary heroes and forgotten histories, he found a different kind of solace. He wasn't seeking answers to cosmic dilemmas, but rather the simple wisdom held within quiet narratives, the gentle reflections of human lives. The distant hum of the city, a gentle murmur of life unfolding, provided a soothing backdrop, no longer a cacophony of distress calls, but a lullaby of quiet existence. Sometimes he would trace the patterns of light on the wooden floor, or watch dust motes dance in the sunbeams, each tiny particle a miniature world in slow motion. These were moments of pure, unadulterated presence, where the weight of worlds had lifted, replaced by the featherlight touch of peace. The world outside continued, vibrant and alive, yet now it was a world he could simply observe, appreciate, and be a part of, without the silent, ever-present call to action. His strength, once used to move mountains, now gently turned the pages of a cherished book or carefully watered a blossoming flower, finding equal purpose in these tender acts of care, in the quiet wonder of a life simply lived. V. Mountains now gently turned the pages of a cherished book or carefully watered a blossoming flower, finding equal purpose in these tender acts of care, in the quiet wonder of a life simply lived. And as the last sliver of twilight paints the sky outside his window, a soft light from a single desk lamp spills across a familiar, deep blue fabric, carefully folded and resting on a smooth, polished surface in a quiet room. It is the cape, no longer needed for soaring, but a symbol of a journey completed, a legacy secured, now a silent, comforting presence. The memories it holds are not of roaring battles or desperate rescues, but of a quiet, steady resolve, a heart always reaching for the highest good. He might be sitting nearby, a gentle smile gracing his lips, content in the knowledge that the world continues to spin safely, and that his greatest strength was not in his invulnerability, but in his unwavering compassion, his ability to inspire hope, and finally, his wisdom to know when to rest. The city outside, a distant hum of peaceful life, glows softly, its lights like scattered stars across the horizon. No alarm sound, no urgent calls echo through the night. Just the profound, encompassing stillness of a world at peace, gently breathing. Allow yourself to settle into this profound quiet, this deep, comforting calm. Feel your own breath deepen, slow and steady like the gentle rhythm of the night. The stories of heroes, of quiet strength and gentle choices, now softly recede like distant stars fading into a deeper slumber. Let your own thoughts drift, light as a cloud, as you sink into the soft embrace of sleep. All is well, all is quiet, and rest awaits you now. Close your eyes and simply be.